Sir Julius Chan, one of Papua New Guinea's most influential figures and a founding father of the nation, has passed away at the age of 85. Sir Julius Chan dedicated his life to the service of Papua New Guinea.
When you look above me, you see the great hall of the people, the parliament, in which I and Somare built. A lot of people see the design of the city, but you know who helped to design it? Me. All right. In a few more days' time, I think we're going to mark the 3rd anniversary of Somare. So leader of the opposition, deputy, and alternate prime minister. I'm on this side, sir. You on that side, and our legal advisor. Look, I leave all the technical things for you to argue. I got nothing to argue but to uphold the Constitution. And believe me, it has lasted for 48 years. And you know the people, you must respect your own decision that you've allowed the parliament, the people's house, to last for 48 years without really any disturbance. Why? Because the leaders you put in there follow the law, follow the Constitution, in which we made. They talk about many changes of Prime Minister and all these things, you know. We took a long time to look at the system we inherited, which is the Westminster system, then the presidential system, then the Singapore system, and all this system, and we thought 6 months grace period was the right one for Papua New Guinea. We borrowed the two together, then we changed it to that, but look, in the last few months, this is your future, this house is your future. In the last 6 months, I've realized that I've never experienced so much amendment to the Constitution and Mama law. You cannot just go and play around with it. You cannot shake the mangoes to just fall down. That's the pillar of the nation. That's the, you know, you go to the United States, you got the Statue of Liberty, and it's so and Mama law long me play along. That's like country in Papua New Guinea has followed this Constitution. We made it. There have been a lot of change. So what? It has been very peaceful. Every time the time bomb was ready to go, we changed the government, and then it receded again. The first Prime Minister of this country, he was the first, that's Somare. I changed him. He took it very, very calmly, in line with the Constitution we both made. And you blow this land or this time, you start playing around with it. We never had to look at the committee that decide on the motion, etc. No, the speaker just look at it and it's right. We don't find mistakes. The mistakes is in the government. And the people are asking for a change. And this is the people's house. What do? When we play sit down, that's all. We are responding to the nation's call. So I don't have very much to say. Just look at me, look at this building, that is your future. Do you allow a government to stay on unnecessarily and continue to suffer you the kind of policies that you don't deserve? Because this is supposed to be a rich country, you know. Supposed to be. And we have been coming up. Just that in the last few years we borrowed too much. No country. I was the first finance minister of this country. You know what my policy is? You don't spend borrowed funds. You don't hand over borrowed money to the future generation. You muck it up altogether. So I can feel the cry of the people out there. Look, this is our future. I expect each and every one of us to preserve it, to follow the decisions we established as precedents, to uphold the Constitution. It should not be allowed for any one government to change so many times the Constitution. First we have 24 ministers, now we have, I don't know how many, 38. We will have more ministers than a job. And you people will be running out of jobs. We talked about jobs the other day. Because all the ministers got it and you haven't got it. And they're on a payroll about 5 or 10 times more than the fellow on the street. Or maybe more, sorry. I don't look at my pay packet, so I don't know. But maybe more. Some of you will follow the pay packet one. I don't follow it. I just assume that it will come. But there's the sort of precedents that we set so that the future generations should not have to worry about it. When the time comes, they put the wrong man in to represent them, they make the wrong laws, they have the power to change it. And change must happen, and don't compare Papua New Guinea. You just have to compare Papua New Guinea with our former administration. That is the Australian government. They change Prime Minister anytime.
Yeah.
Hey, so don't think that we're different, that we're a nation of thousands of tribes and therefore all these kind. No, God, yeah, Australia is a nation of one tribe as well. Look at the convicts from England that went to make Australia what it is today. But they follow the law.
Yeah.
And they change the constitution anytime. Prime Minister change all the time in Australia. All right, so I don't want to interfere with all the remarks made by these young leaders. What they're saying, they're not saying things for themselves. They are protecting your future. Because man in Uluk Sawel on Banis no you. I come and brook him anytime to suit him. You have no future.
That's right.
Thank you very much.
The last man standing has played the political game on his own terms, now passing the torch to the young leaders of Papua New Guinea. Though his voice may no longer echo through the halls of power, his legacy remains a guiding light. So how will the young leaders lead Papua New Guinea into the next 50 years? The Constitution of Papua New Guinea now takes centre stage. It was dreamt of and crafted by the Founding Fathers, now all gone, but must remain the guiding light, leading the nation into the next 50 years with the wisdom and vision of the Founding Fathers. Our thoughts are with Sir Julius Chan's family, the people of New Ireland Province, and all who knew and admired him. Thank you for joining us as we remember a true giant of Papua New Guinea's history.
The people Thai Samara is one of the father of the Papua New Guinea, but behind the scenes, the setting up of the central bank, taking over the Commonwealth Bank of Australia, the setting up the Papua New Guinea currency, getting Papua New Guinea into the Asian development, to the IMF, to the international, to the World Bank. Well, look, they speak for themselves. The preservation and the separation of powers, the basis of democracy that we've inherited from Australia, was last night preserved. I was very